Good afternoon, everybody. What is going on? I am jeffgrantMEDIA, and today's not so much an unboxing, more just a first impressions video. We have the Mystery Ranch In-N-Out 19. Now, it's not an unboxing because I bought this off of eBay, used, so I wanted to crack it open when I got it to make sure everything was A-okay and on the up and up. Because when you're dealing with eBay, you gotta be quick on these things if you need to make a claim. When it arrived, the packaging was fine, and when I cracked it open, everything was on the up and up. But as eBay goes, I've been burned in the past, so I wanted to make sure this was as described when I got it, and it was. So we're gonna go ahead and start with a few of the specs of the bag. The In-N-Out 19 comes in at 19 liters, or 1,145 cubic inches. It comes in at 0.9 pounds, but as you can see here, mine is actually 0.85 pounds. So bonus points for being a little bit lighter than advertised, but generally they round up to err on the side of caution. As you can see, the bag stuffs into its own front pocket, and that is about 8.5 by 4.5 by 4 inches, and it has a nifty little hanging loop. It has one side water bottle pocket, 2 tool carry loops. This means you can carry things like an ice axe or trekking poles. It features side compression, and it's constructed of 100D Cordura mini ripstop nylon, and comes equipped with YKK zippers. And we're gonna start with the bag in its stuffed and stowed position. As I said, it stuffs into its own front pocket, and that's this right here. You can see it's a little bit stretchy mesh, and the pocket zipper is actually double-sided, so once it's stuffed inside the pocket, you can zipper it closed. I've had many a packable bag that stuffs into its own pocket, but then the zipper's not double-sided, so you're kind of reaching in and kind of pinching it to try to zipper it closed. Otherwise, the bag will kind of just start to expand out of the zipper, which that kind of sucks, because if you're trying to stow it and hang it from its loop so you have it all nice and neat and compact and on your wall or something, or in your closet, and the bag's just spilling out of its own pocket, it's kind of a deal breaker for some bags. And again, like some of the other ones, you kind of stick your hand inside and pinch that zipper and pull it closed, but you really can't get it all the way closed. But because this has a double-sided zipper, you can do that. So we're gonna go ahead and just open it. And you can see, as I was saying, like I just unzipped it and it started to come out. So if it didn't have that double-sided zipper, the bag's gonna start to spill out. And especially if I'm holding it, hanging it from this top loop, over time, gravity, it's just gonna pull this bag on out. But we're gonna, let's unstuff her. So we'll pull it all out here. And I should say, this is my second Mystery Ranch bag, only one that I currently own. I had a Mystery Ranch front that I absolutely loved. The bag was great, the construction was amazing. That was my first tri-zip bag, my first Mystery Ranch bag, but the bag itself was just too small for my needs. And instead of me trying to use it or forcing my EDC into the bag, I sold that. Which helped to finance one of this purchase and a few other things too, but I didn't want to just have the bag laying around. So far experience with Mystery Ranch is the quality is amazing. I just wish I got a bag that was a little bit bigger. All right, so let's just zipper it all up. So there is the bag. Outside of its pocket, as you can see here, is the pull tab that we use to close it once it's stuffed, and the outside pull tab. So there we go, a 19-liter packable day pack. And I did kind of give it a once-over, like I said, to make sure it was as described, but I didn't really dig into it because I wanted to save that for the video. So we're gonna go ahead and start. We have some daisy chaining along the outside, which I really, really like. It's on both sides. Again, we have our compression straps for both sides of the bag. I do really like how this front pocket does have a little bit of stretch to it. So if you are going to stuff this front pocket, it's gonna be a little more rigid than like the Gossamer Gear Jet that I had, because the zipper is on the top, so the top will not expand, but the pocket itself does flex out, so it will actually expand outward. So we got that going for us, which I really, really like. Our trekking pole or ice axe loops that we have here, which you can easily store a trekking pole in, or the ice axe, you kind of put it down, flip it up, then you would just kind of tuck it with one of these compression straps. Now, I like the compression straps. They're very thin. I don't think they're fully needed on a bag this size, especially where they come across the zipper up top here. It does come up about 2.5, maybe 3 inches from the bottom of the zipper, so if you're trying to unzip the bag, you do kind of hit a little bit of an issue. There's enough slack where I can easily loosen this, and that's kind of a non-issue. And you can see the other side, if it's loose enough, it'll just unzip all the way. So it's by no means a deal breaker. You just have to give it a little bit more slack, and it will allow you to fully open up the bag, because as you can see, if you give it enough slack, it'll hang down below it, so you can just totally open up the pack. I mean, it does kind of get in the way, but if you're not using them to compress the bag, just slack them off and it's a non-issue. And one thing I forgot and just noticed is that there is also this top pocket that is a bit of a, it's like a mesh. You can see my hand through it, but it's not a stretchy mesh. It's more of like almost like a honeycomb gradient see-through material. So you could see from the inside of the bag, you'll probably be able to see what's in it. It's a little bit darker because it's a gray backing, so you can see through it, but there's no give, there's no flex in that at all. But that's a good little stuff pocket. Stuff pocket. I don't know why that was such a tongue twister for me, but it's a great little pocket right there. If you use this as like a day pack, that's a great place to toss like some snacks or something in there. Quick, easy access. Moving on. In addition to the inside, we actually have the toggle for our water bladder sleeve that we have back here. It does have a bit of an elastic, so it'll help to kind of hold that water bladder in place instead of just allowing it to fall forward. Even though there is a toggle, there's no frame sheet obviously because it's a packable bag. So once the water is in there, it's gonna have a tendency to pull forward. So giving that little bit of elastic, and it's got some good pull to it, it will kind of help hold that water bladder back. Now, one of the negatives, and almost kept me from getting this bag, was this water bottle pocket. Now, for two reasons actually. One, there's only one of them. There's not one on the other side of the bag. So, I mean, they probably did that to keep down on the weight, because as far as packable bags go, at the advertised 0.95 pounds, this is a bit heavier than a lot of the packable bags in the market. So they probably did that to save on weight, but it's more the shape of the bag. As you can see, it has a bit of an odd shape. Maybe 3/4 of the way down, it stops being super wide and goes to this narrow point at the bottom. So a regular size water bottle will fit in here pretty good. It will go all the way down to the bottom and it pretty much swallows it up. And you could fit like a smaller Powerade in here pretty easily, which will also go all the way down to the bottom. And then you start getting up to things like the 750 milliliter Camelback chute, which still will fit in here pretty easily. It doesn't quite go to the bottom. It doesn't go all the way down, but it goes most of the way in, and that's plenty of the bottle to hold it in the bag. But here's where it gets tricky. Once you get up into these 32-ounce Nalgene style water bottles, as you can see, it does fit in there, but it is far from the bottom of the bag. You can kind of cram it in there a little bit, and you can get a lot of it in there. But if it's any thicker than this, it's going to be a little bit harder to get the bottle in, because this is pretty maxed out right now. Now, this is not a Nalgene brand bottle. It's the same basic size. It's 32 ounces, but it's got a taper design to it, so it actually fits in here a little bit better than my Nalgene bottle. My Nalgene bottle did fit, but it was a struggle to get it in, and the Nalgene actually sat up a little bit higher, which would be a big issue, especially if there's water in this. Now again, it's pretty tight against the bottle, but if I were to say set this down and the water bottle is pretty tight, I feel like the weight of the water might make it just fall out of the pocket. So I think you're gonna wanna steer clear of the larger 32-ounce bottles and keep yourself down these thin 750s, like these Camelback chutes, which are pretty popular, but this fits in there really, really nice. But again, the biggest negative is that there's only one of them. There should be one on each side. I really like having dual water bottle pockets. I personally, especially if I'm out using this for a day hike, I'm using both of them. I got water for me, water for my wife, water for my daughter, water for my dog. So I got a lot of stuff that I carry with me. And I'm probably going to use this kind of as a dad bag for a little while, because for me, this has great dad bag features. And that's addition to the features it has as a day pack, because this has almost everything I look for in a day pack. I have one water bottle pocket on the outside. I got a water bladder with the hydration ports. There's one right underneath the straps. There's one on each side, so you can route the hose, the straw out to either side, and you can just loop it between the straps, the webbing on the straps to hold it down. So yeah, I think this is gonna be a very good dad bag for me for a while, and then eventually I'll be able to travel someplace again. And right before everything went into shutdown, I was getting into one bag travel, so I have a nice big 40-liter bag that I want to use for one bag travel that I haven't used ever in my life, besides to put it on just to pretend when I got it. And this would make a great accessory to toss inside that bag, so when we get to our destination, I could throw my stuff in here, walk around the city, walk around the woods, walk around the beach, because we were supposed to go to Mexico for my 40th birthday, which is now not gonna happen. I mean, my birthday is that's still gonna happen. I'm still gonna turn 40. I can't stop that. But Mexico, that's not gonna happen. So all in all, I'm kind of excited for this bag. I really like the aesthetics. I specifically sought out this colorway because I like that it's black, so it's not crazy jumping out, but I like the blue zippers. I like the green. I like the accent color to it. So it's not just this plain black bag that blends into everything. I mean, that's great. I do with the bag I'm currently using as an EDC is plain black, but also it collects dog hair like nobody's business, and the nylon will not be that bad. But I like accent colors. I do like my urban gray man blend into your environment, but I also prefer to have a little bit of color and flair, if you will, in my life. So to me, this was a cool colorway. So I'm gonna go ahead and load this out. I'll EDC this a bit. I'll use this as my dad bag, and hopefully I'll take this on a lot of day hikes because the weather is finally turning around here in northeastern Pennsylvania. So the woods, they're calling my name, and I can take Hazel and Amy and the dog out into the woods and go for nice long hikes again, because it's not 20 degrees and just dumping snow down on us, because you don't want to bring a 2-year-old out into the woods when there's 18 inches of snow and it's 22 degrees outside, because the snow it's more than half her height. Yeah, that's not fun for anybody. So we're gonna go ahead and test this out, so stay tuned for the real user review on the Mystery Ranch In-N-Out 19 bag. So if you like this video or any of my other videos, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash that big red button and ring that bell right next to it so you get notifications next time I post a brand new video. Good night.